I'm Insomniac.
And I'm Pops.
And this is Shooting the Shit,
a.k.a. Chatting with Pops.
Was good.
Now that one was pretty decent. I'd like to see something.
Alright, episode 23. 23.
23, I believe.
Right? I'm never going to get that right. I think it's 23. If not, look at the title of the video.
23.
And today we only have one topic because I think I'm pretty sure that we have enough things to cover here to make this long enough for an episode. And it's from Chris Graham. The topic is, what totally random pet peeves do you have?
Oh. Yeah. Yeah, well, I think today you're going to get an off the hook show.
Everything bothers me and most everybody.
Yeah, and I think we've done some of Chris's topics before.
Yeah, Chris Graham is
It's a good one, Chris. Well, I'll start off. We could go back and forth. I had to make a list because this is a good topic.
I made one too, just digitally.
Yeah. One of my first ones is my personal space. What I mean by that is, when I'm standing in line at the grocery store, at Target, wherever, and some son of a bitch comes and gets closer than Rob is sitting in the chair, maybe they're like up against me. It's like, what the fuck, man? I'll turn around, look, try to make more space, step back away. They don't know how to fucking stay out of your personal space. What the fuck is wrong with people with that? Stay back a couple feet. They're right on top of you. Don't like that. Pisses me off. I mean, there's times my wife basically says to people like step back or you're in my personal space. I mean, it's a tough one. I fucking hate that.
Well, I'm gonna have to dive in there because that was actually one of the things on mine. I had it as strangers who stand too close to me. It happens mostly at work for me because for the few of you who don't already know, I do security.
Wow. And
I'll be checking somebody in or this or that, but most people stand where they're supposed to. But some people will literally practically get inside the security booth while I'm writing down the info or calling the tenant.
The fuck out of here.
And it's like, what the fuck are you doing? Get away from me.
Right.
If I don't know you, in fact, even if I do know you, if you're not my girlfriend, basically, I kind of just don't want you within arm's reach.
Wow.
But if I don't know you and you're standing this close to me, I usually just kind of like shut the door on their nose. Maybe they'll get the hint at that point. Get the fuck away from me. I don't like people being in my personal space. Get out of here. So yeah, that's a good one. Well,
yeah, and then the next one, I got a bunch here. I'm not crazy about when I'm talking to someone and we're having a conversation and they've gone on and on, they said whatever. And then I start to talk and they just talk right the fuck over me. And then you try to get a word in edgewise, they keep talking fucking over the top of you. That's definitely a pet peeve for me. It's like, all right, I listened to you, I'm talking now, but I don't know why people do that. Can't fucking stand it, and that's all there is to it, truthfully. Oh, here's one for us with our property here. Where I live, people come, true story, and I'm pointing towards the front of my house, and they park their car in my driveway by a bumper's length or more almost every night. And I don't start anything, I usually let it go, but when I catch someone, I'll tell them, please don't do that, and they get fucking pissed. They want to basically park in your driveway. If I rushed out of my driveway and wasn't thinking, I'm going to hit them. That's a way pet peeve for me.
You need to get a big-ass Ford F-Series and just start flooring it out of the driveway. Start tearing off the backs of people's cars. Maybe they'll learn something.
Fucking bad. Oh, this is a good one. There was even a commercial about this or whatever recently. When you open the door somewhere for someone and you're polite as shit, and they walk right the fuck by you, they never say thank you, they never smile at you, wink. They just keep fucking going.
That does burn my ass.
That goes for a lot of things where you're courteous to someone in that facet and they fucking just don't say thank you. They don't nod. They walk right. What the fuck is wrong? You brought up in a barn? That's bullshit. You got that one or no?
No, but that's I can agree with that one.
And then fucking landscapers. Fucking 7:30, 8 o'clock in the morning. I'm not exaggerating. In my neighborhood, we practically live in the hood like Robert always jokes about. I mean, all fairness compared to... And I don't get it.
I grew up in the hood, guys.
I don't get it. You would think we lived, on Upper Mountain Avenue. 7:38 in the morning.
I don't know where that is. But Upper Mountain Avenue, that's white people.
The weed whackers, the real white people.
We don't know nothing about that.
The weed whackers, two blowers. When you hear the other one go over here, and I fucking get out of bed and go. I look out the window, and they're like around the corner up the street at this house that's probably being foreclosed on, very possibly.
Every house here,
I
but ours
ain't
is
even
being
fucking
foreclosed on.
bullshitting, yeah. And landscapers, the blowers, even now, this time of year, it's fucking winter in a few days.
Now, I just I gotta,
fucking hate it.
I'll jump in on that one, even though it's not on my list, because one thing that you were just saying about in our area, including our own house, we have no property. Yet it seems like the fucking landscaper will be there for 2.5 hours blowing leaves.
It's crazy.
There's no I could take a rake and do it faster.
Raping people.
Yeah, I don't understand that. I don't understand. You hear leaf blowers for like the whole fucking morning, and you realize they were at a house that the yard was about the size of this room.
All the time, right here.
Yeah.
In the hood.
It's right in the ghetto.
In the ghetto. So, here's one. This, I'm sure, doesn't happen in anybody else's neighborhood. I'd like to hear if it does, because it's fucking bizarre. Our mail person comes most of the time, this time of year, I know it gets dark at 5, with a light on their head, delivering mail in the dark. Even when it's summertime, sometimes like we ain't got our mail at 8, 9 o'clock, right before it's getting dark. It's sick. I mean, who wouldn't be a pet peeve in your neighborhood? Tell me you wouldn't go nuts on that. Like, I don't get my mail till 5, 6, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock at night.
Even down where, when I used to go visit Dan, he lives in the middle of the fucking woods, basically. And even their mail person came at like 9 o'clock in the morning.
Bad. Another pet peeve. We kind of hit on this when we talked about the driving fucking idiots on the road.
Driving pet peeves. What was that, episode 9? Something like that?
So this is kind of part of that too. I'm going to hit on it for a moment again. You stop at a light, there's 4 or 5 cars in front of you, and everybody's on their fucking cell phone. Because nobody moves when that light changes, and I mean nobody. I won't go nuts on it, but what the fuck? What the fuck? Seriously.
That's the middle ground one for you,
right.
though, because, you're not,
Fuck, whatever.
Well, let me put a little anecdote in there for you for that one. He's right. People don't necessarily go when the light turns green, but we could be 7 cars back, and as soon as the light turns green, he beeps. You gotta give people like that millisecond to take their foot off of the brake pedal.
No, I'm not gonna fucking argue with you. People are fucked up. Stop playing with your phone.
It's like the drag tree.
Fuck
it's like the tree at the drag strip. The second that light turns green, he hits the horn.
Yeah, I want to go, man.
I mean,
I ain't got time to fuck around. I gotta be somewhere.
His reaction time for hitting the horn is
fungal.
one of the best in the country.
In a minute, I'm gonna get him the alcohol today.
Well, I'm just drinking coffee today.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah, in a minute. Oh, now there is a law here. When you crossing the walk and you could just walk out there. That's a pet peeve for me because look what the fuck you're doing. People at Montclair have been killed. Next town over, many have been killed because they just march out. They've been killed, not hurt.
Around here they take pedestrians have the right of way to a new level because around here the laws say no matter where you cross the street, pedestrian has the right of way. Not even just in the crosswalk.
So people could commit suicide at your expense, and that's the truth. And then we hit on this again with the driving pet peeves, but you're riding a bike. You're not a car. I understand cycling and cyclists. My old man was a cyclist. I love riding. You're a bike. Get over there. Not in front of me. So that was from that episode too. Oh yeah. And a lot of these come back from the car one. But the toll booth.
Some of mine are at the...
How can you get to the toll booth and not have change ready?
Oh, jeez. I forgot to put that one on my list.
Oh, my God.
Just add that one to...
Fuck you!
Add that to my pet peeves, too. I forgot to put that on the list, but holy shit, that burns my ass.
What the fuck?
And then if you wait 2-3 fucking minutes, literally, and you beat
more than
the
that,
person will hang out the window
seen people be 5
and
minutes
curse you the fuck out. It's like, wait a second, I've been sitting here while car after car is passing me in this next lane. I've been sitting here all this time while you look for an extra quarter, and you're gonna curse me out when I finally beat?
It's fucking bad.
Throw your fucking kid in the basket and get the fuck out of there. I got places to be.
I know, but that's a bad one. Now here comes one that I want to elaborate on for a moment or two. People that express their opinions, for instance, a so-called friend of mine, I use that fucking loosely, will call me up and give me his opinion all the time about shit. Even this show. And that's his opinion. I don't have a fucking opinion. What he says goes. So what I'm saying, people like this need to dig themselves and realize, you have an opinion, I have an opinion. Let's agree to fucking disagree. I've grown up a long time ago. Oh no, what I feel and what I think is record. No, it's fucking not.
Might just be a douchebag.
Well, yeah, yes. But these people, you gotta see and feel what I feel and believe it my way. I say fuck you. It's that simple. Last two for me, fucking car alarms. Again in our neighborhood.
It's another one off my list.
In the fucking morning, and they don't wake up, and they don't come out, and the battery goes dead, and can you imagine this? What the fuck is wrong with people?
Well, you have the other
you
side.
Fucking Stugats. Get the fuck out of here.
Or this happens over here all the time,
Come
but
on.
it also happens at work. Sometimes I'll have to call a tenant, tell them that their car alarm's going off at 3 in the morning and that they're waking the whole building up. And they hang out over the balcony, they turn it off. It goes off again 5 more fucking times. I have to finally call them and be like, listen, clearly something's wrong with your car alarm. Disengage it.
Oh, forget it.
Oh, what if my car gets stolen? I couldn't care less.
It's nuts.
You're not going to let that just keep going off.
And they have shit car alarms, a lot of people. And
usually the
that's
shit
not fair.
car alarms are in shit cars. They're usually in shit that nobody's going to ever want to steal.
Right.
Nobody wants your 2001 Acura MDX.
What
just
the
nobody
fuck?
wants one.
Oh my God.
Kick yourself in the ass.
And my last pet peeve, if you know you're fucking contagious and you're sick, why don't you fucking stay home? You're fucking coughing and sneezing all over and blowing. You're sitting next to me arm to arm, places, meetings. What the fuck, man? I just don't know what the fuck's wrong with people.
Keep your sick ass home.
But the reality is, you don't want to get sick. Right now, the sickness going around where we live is not fun. It doesn't want to go away.
It's called New Jersey.
Oh yeah, it's called fuck this weather and stick it right up your fucking bunghole. Anyway, that's my list. And again, we need like 3 parts for this, so I'm gonna stop. Go ahead, go for it.
I only put a handful on my list too because we don't want this to be an hour-long episode. But man, the pet peeves, they just keep coming.
Fuck it.
Now, a few of them are from the driving pet peeves. So those of you who have seen that, you're already gonna hear some of these. So I won't go completely ballistic on them. The first one, and probably one of my biggest pet peeves on the planet, is fucking high beams. We talked about this one.
Yeah.
Listen, it's to the extent at this point where I've calmed down a lot with driving. I don't really bother yelling at people or try to drive up everyone's ass. I try to be calm, but I still, to this day, if I'm going to my girlfriend's house, I high beam and flip off every single person at this point that has their high beams on, which is basically every third car. Everybody's got their fucking high beams on. You don't understand that that's blinding the shit out of me. I'm not in the mood for that. And some people you see, with the older cars, you could see that one of the headlights is out, but they have high beams on.
The high beams.
I also don't give a fuck. That's your problem. Go get the headlight fixed. Don't put your high beams on. That seems to be everyone's fix. Oh, one of the headlights went out? I know how to fix that. You turn the high beams on. No, you're a fucking
that is stupid.
I
I've
can't
seen that
stand high
times.
beams, but I went into
Just
better
recently.
detail, I think, in that episode 9 or whatever that we did that. The next one I have on here is people who I can't communicate with. Now, let me make a distinction. I'm not talking about when I hear people speak in another language. That's kind of annoying, but that's not a big deal. You can be speaking whatever fucking language to whoever, but if you're going to speak to me after that, or I have to deal with you for some reason, and you can speak English, cool. That just means you know multiple languages. 10 thumbs up. I only know 1. Well, 2.
Oh, that's
if you count profanity.
You got to communicate with me, right?
But anybody who has to communicate with me and you can't communicate with me because you don't know English, that's a real fucking giant pet peeve of mine. And we've touched on that in an episode 2.
If you just shipped into this country really recently, but I don't know that. A lot of folks just don't want to learn the language, unfortunately. So.
Let's see. Hipsters.
Oh God.
I'll just leave that one there. Hipsters. I don't even really need to explain that one. They're a pet peeve all by themselves. Our next one is people who pretend to know everything. That burns my whole ass.
Yeah.
People who pretend to know everything.
We know those motherfuckers.
And you know what? To relate it to about 90% of the people probably...
And you know who you are.
And to relate it to probably about 90% of the people watching the episode, this happens a lot at cigar lounges and cigar shops, which I guess is probably why I don't go as often as I used to, besides the fact that I don't have the time. Everybody's an expert on everything, including cigars, and most of the people sitting there are twice my age and know a quarter as much as I do.
Right, you're not an expert at shit.
But
Period.
Of course, cigars lead into other topics, and everybody's an expert in everything. See, and one thing that people notice, like even when I'm at the cigar shop, stuff that I know shit about, I chime in on. Otherwise, I smoke my cigar and I sit there and listen to the conversation. Because if you don't know what you're talking about, shut the hell up. It's absolutely insane. No, I guess it's a pride thing. Nobody can admit when they don't know about a certain topic, so they just make it up as they go along.
Yeah. And haven't we known friends who just fucking know everything? They know it all. They really do.
Why are you looking at me like that?
Well, I'm just saying, I know you've had some friends.
Let's see. Hipsters, we already did that. Fuck hipsters. People who know everything, we did that. Detours. There's one I didn't touch it in driving pet peeves. Detour around here isn't like you just go around the block. It could add 15 minutes to your 3-mile fucking commute. It is absolutely insane because they'll detour you up a side road, with a stop sign somewhere, and it's, rush hour traffic. They're detouring up this little small road, and it will take you 15, 20 minutes sometimes to get around one block because around here, they don't just do emergency repairs during peak hours. They do whatever repairs they feel like doing peak hours on main roads.
Oh my God.
Why don't they start the fucking road work at like 1 in the morning and end at like 6 in the morning while people are asleep?
Good question.
Instead, I gotta take a detour every time, and that happens everywhere here. Everything around here is a detour.
It's fucking nuts.
Fuck that one. I'm done with that. Okay. BMW drivers. BMW drivers.
Alright, that's it. Here's my list. BMW drivers. Mafungal.
Now,
I thought you don't even get me going.
Let me explain this here. Let me explain this here. First of all,
they own the world.
First of all, but there's a lot more expensive cars out there, and people don't drive the same way. There's something about people that have BMWs. Now, let me say this first. I love BMWs. There's like a handful of BMWs that are on my absolutely purchase list.
Oh my God.
As a brand, I've always loved BMWs. So it's not like I don't like BMWs. If it were about the car brand I don't like, I'd say Chevy drivers.
They own the world.
But Chevy drivers don't seem to get in the way except for when their car's stuck, which is pretty often. BMW drivers, on the other hand, they're always up your ass. They're always in a rush to go somewhere. They always drive recklessly. They often have their high beams on, and they just own everything. They cut you off. The BMW drivers cut you off more than just about anybody. Apparently BMWs don't come with blinkers because most of the jerk-offs that are cutting you off are making illegal U-turns, etc. You never see a blinker go on, so they come with all these awesome features, but apparently blinkers weren't installed in any BMW models from 1970 up till the current year.
It's a jerk-off in the car,
Yeah, but why? I don't understand why it's just BMWs.
Arrogance.
You see, so
Look
no,
at what
but,
I got. I fucking rule the world.
See,
I rule the world. No, you don't.
No.
Fuck you.
No, and no. It has to be some
fucking yeah.
No, it has to be some kind of sickness that comes with the brand. Because
sickness. You got a point. I'm not arguing with you.
Porsches are more expensive than BMWs, but they don't act the same way. I've seen Ferrari drivers that aren't as big a douchebags as people in BMWs.
I don't know, man.
It's something with the brand. It's like it comes with a douchebag card. You get the car, and it's like you get this license to be an asshole, but only with BMW.
I have some thoughts, but I will not offend people out here. What do you got left?
Chewing with your fucking mouth open.
Oh, here we go.
And/or chewing loudly.
There we go.
I remember recently. Here, get ready for story time for a second. Me and Rosemary were outside of the Holland Tunnel, trying to come home from the city, and there was a guy sitting there eating a sandwich, and we had the windows closed. He was eating that sandwich
Get out of
with his
here.
mouth all the way to fuck open, to the extent where you could basically see the digestion process happening in his mouth.
That's disgusting.
If it were not for the fact that I was driving, I would have got out of the car
disgusting.
and smacked the sandwich out of his hand and stomped on it. Nobody wants to see what the fuck's in your mouth. Nobody wants to hear it, especially if you're in mixed company or you're at a restaurant or something. Close your fucking mouth. And for everybody out there that has kids, I don't have any yet, but I can tell you one thing. I'm not going to let them chew with their mouth open. I see all these families sometimes.
Good luck.
And the adults are chewing with their mouth closed, but the kids are chewing like fucking farm animals. Why don't you put them in their place? Because they're going to be adults one day, and people are going to look at them like they're scumbags. Why don't you maybe, tell them nobody wants to see what they're eating?
There's a lot of gavons around. That's all there is to it.
It's
I personally can be a gavon myself, but I have a reason why I chew my mouth open half the time. Can't read through my sciences ever. On the other hand, some people don't have some problems, and they just eat like gavons. What the fuck?
I can't stand that shit.
Motherfucker.
I don't want to hear you chewing. I don't want to see your food.
I'm a fucking gavons.
Next. This one is huge over here in the hood, but it happens everywhere. And this is when people, they're bumping whatever's the newest shit out. but on 30.
Oh, yeah,
Now listen,
please,
I'm a
please.
musician. You know, like we've said 1,000 times, I love music. I listen to my music pretty loud, but I've also been in cars that the music's so loud that you hear it that whole block away. Not enjoyable. In fact, that's usually so loud that you
Shut
can't.
it the fuck off.
You can't hear the music in your car because you're just completely deaf. But you're bothering everybody for a 3-block radius. But now let me expand on the pet peeve.
Yeah, I will too.
If I hear a song, you know, if you're bumping something that I actually like, you know, all right, well, occasionally that's all right. But then you have everybody who just plays whatever is the newest current trend the loudest because they think that's cool. If you listen to 21 Savage, you're an asshole.
All right.
He's one of your favorites, right?
Fuck him and whoever he is.
Yeah.
And let me tell you something. I don't want to hear shit coming out of cars. Lots of it's way fucking offensive. But who gives a fuck?
See, I don't find it offensive. I don't care about I've been listening to hip hop forever, so I mean, I don't really give a shit about that. It's the fact that I don't want to hear it. I didn't put it on, so I don't want to fucking hear it. If I'm in my house and you're up the street, I don't need to hear what you're listening to in your car. And like I said, especially with some douchebaggy bullshit that is current trend, trend music. It's the wave right now, and it's bullshit anyway. It's not even a good song, but it's new, so you want everyone to hear you listening to it. I don't give a fuck that you're listening to something. I mean, that's not even a status thing. The music's free. I mean, who the fuck cares? Anyway, and my last one, I'll end here because this will be going up this season, of course. Christmas music. I forgot to bring that up in our holiday episode. That's a pet peeve. There are only 15 Christmas songs roughly that were ever written. Everyone keeps redoing them slightly differently and more annoyingly. I can't stand fucking Christmas music. That's a pet peeve this time of year. Everywhere I was at a diner yesterday eating food, and I swear to God the music was making my food taste worse. I don't want to hear All I Want for Christmas Is You 15 different ways.
I don't like a lot of them, but
I don't want to hear any of this shit. It's all the same crap.
Here we go. Bah humbug!
I just say I don't like Christmas. I don't want to hear Christmas music. That's a pet peeve.
I don't mind some of it if it's done tastefully, but it is too much. In season. Same, he's right. 15 fucking songs.
Write some new fucking Christmas songs.
Man.
Write some new ones.
I guess we're coming to the end here, and it was a good topic, and pet peeves always are, because there's a lot of fucked up people out here, but they don't think they're fucked up at all. They wouldn't even dream it. They're fucking catch me out.
I probably
you're not.
The big blanket to the pet peeves episode, I think, would be people. My pet peeves are generally just other fucking people. They all agitate me.
Oh, all right. Well, yeah.
Except for my patrons. I love you.
I don't know.
Yeah.
People do aggravate me, but I don't know. I guess being on the road's still the toughest fucking place. But anyway, that's our fucking show today.
If you have topics that you want to see us cover here on Shooting the Shit / Chatting with Pops, comment under the post on Patreon and let me know what topics you want us to cover. I'll add them to the list. Of course, we'll respond. Comment on this. Let us know about some of your pet peeves. We want to hear those. Yeah. We will do our best to respond to those comments. We always try to make sure we're on that. And
don't forget, comment. We're there to talk to you. I mean, I've seen some pretty funny comments pertaining specifically to me. I get a kick out of them, so go for it. We're there. We want to talk to you. We hope you enjoy this. Fuck all you assholes out there.
And fuck 21 Savage.
We'll see you.
See you next time.